So I wanted to give a demo of what I'm calling my Cuetar. It's a step sequencer, and it allows you to plan out sequences that you can make on the fly. It's very good for improv, for example. So, if I grab this here, you almost hold it like a pen, almost. You can use it like a normal step sequencer, and if you want to kind of hear the sound before you play it, so you could do this. And what's nice is the audience can't hear that. Only the person who's playing it can hear it. You can use it like a normal step sequencer by kind of doing that. Or you could go to Q mode by pressing Q, and you could plan out and switch. Now, what is this here? Now, if I'm bored of this pattern, I can clear it, and we'll see the real pattern, if we get out of Q mode, is still going. See here, maybe every third. And what's fun is you can play with the timeline. So and what's great, too, is you can change the BPM. And all this syncs between players, too. If I set BPM here. It's really fun to just jam. And you can also be in a race mode. While in a race mode, you just kind of so if I press switch now, you could do a lot of fun improv with this, and that's kind of what I made this instrument all about. The sequence, the Q mode sequence, is almost hypothetical, you know? Here, I'm just going to get out of erase mode. Maybe change up the pattern a bit. I'm going to add a snare here. And add one there. Now, for me, it's a little bit too loud. So I'm going to bring it down a bit. It relies on world volume. Okay, I'm going to stop it here and move it back here. Switch it. So, in short, Q mode allows you to switch between the true non-hypothetical pattern, which is green. Oh, here, I got to play it, unfortunately, for some reason. And then in Q mode, you make a new pattern or kind of build off one you already have in Q mode. So this pattern in Q mode, it's hypothetical until you press switch. Then we see it's now a real pattern. Okay, another cool thing you could do is you can change the sample layout. So if you buy this, whatever, I made it purchasable on Booth. I might make it free in the future. I'm still not sure. But if you buy this asset, put it in the Unity engine, and upload it on Vrchat as a world asset, you can go to samples, and you can also add your own samples in, but this is the current loadout. You can kind of test them out. And there's supposed to be a list here of all the samples that are currently loaded. I'm not sure what happened. It's supposed to do that whenever it wakes up. I'll have to fix that. But anyway, my favorite value is 17, which is a really cool bass note. And we could see here where it says layout, it reflects that. So 17. Now, if we were to copy and paste this for later, that's how you kind of save your layouts. So what I could do here is I could make them all 17 and just change the pitches of them, which is also saved in the layout. Make this one 3 or 4. I can't remember the pattern or the make this one 17. Now it seems like a lot of work until you remember that you can save this for later as a string layout. So I'll show you that in just a minute here. 4. Let's see what that sounds like. I think it's 5. Okay, make this 17. It's almost like you're tuning a guitar kind of thing, you know? It's the same type of idea. Actually, I'll copy this to show you how you can kind of save it for later. But for the sake of showing it in action, and then you could have someone else playing the drums, because there's multiple Cuetars you could fuck around with here. But this one, excuse me, this one here, for example, is the default, right? That's the default kind of loadout. But if I delete this and paste the other one from that one, boom. So even if I enter the world and rejoin it, as long as I save that string somewhere, and then find it and load it again, you can kind of save your layout pretty simply, if you know how to. So I like to, for example, maybe post them on Facebook or Discord, and then I could kind of, you know, go in the browser again and get it. I'm sure there's a note app on MetaQuest, but I haven't really looked. So yeah, that's the Cuetar, and soon enough there's going to be ways to link up with different Cuetars. That way they'll be in sync and share the same BPM. Like you could hypothetically just set it to 1 here and then press play at the exact same time, and it would, yeah, it's a little off. But see, that's too much of a pain in the ass. So it's probably better if I program a way to link them together. So yeah, that's my little demo on the Cuetar. I did a few sets with it for fun in front of friends, and they seem pretty impressed. Mind you, they're biased because they're friends. But I personally think this would be the best way to jam with friends in a VR environment. Would be to work with sequencers, because that's how you would stay in sync, right? And there is a little bit of skill. It's an instrument that kind of prioritizes planning. I'll bring up the BPM a bit to... And another thing I want to add is a copy button, so you can sort of save at least one pattern, so you can go back to it, sort of thing, without having to memorize it. Oops. What's going to be fun is when I add a mixer so you can play around with volumes and effects. And that is the Cuetar.